Hi there. I've taken a bit of a break. And I'll explain in the video, but this video is going to be about a few technology apps and websites I found that have helped me to teach ukulele in the classroom. Hello, I'm Cheryl, and I'm a retired teacher who has ended up teaching ukulele in a lot of different capacities. And so I'm trying to pass some of my experiences on to those who might want to try this in their own classroom. I recently, I've been off for a couple of weeks because I recently did 2 workshop days for the school board where I originally worked, and taught 100 students each day how to play in groups of 25, 4 groups of 25. They brought in 4 group classes from feeder schools for the high school, and then they had music, art, drama, and dance workshops going on, and the students rotated through. So I taught all 4 groups. So each of us taught all 4 groups. And it was interesting to see because I wanted to test some of the principles that I've been telling you that work. It was interesting to see that they still work. This is 2024, and some of the things that I was doing were still working. Couple things in that vein. One, the idea, I told the students that their writing hand makes the music. So if they write with their right hand, then they should form the chords with their left hand and strum and pick with their right hand. If they write with their left hand, then I showed them how to look at the grid on the wall, the way on the keynote as it was on the screen, and put their fingers on the placement and turn it to the opposite, in the opposite direction, and then strum so that it was their writing hand that was doing the strumming and the picking. And one little fellow in particular, he had never played, he swore he never played guitar or ukulele before, but he was playing it the opposite way. And by the time we got to the F chord, the 3rd chord, he said, "Oh, I got it." He was already figuring out how to read the grid and work it for himself. So his brain had already adapted. And face it, like sometimes it's our, as teachers, it's our brain that gets in the way of our kids. They can handle the different direction and much more easily than we can. Anyway, I looked over at one point, and not only was he playing really well and playing the chords and getting there on time, but he was subdividing the beat instinctively and doing upstrums. And I hadn't talked about upstrums because I don't talk about strumming in the beginning. I want them to think about playing the 3 chords, C, A minor, and F. If they can play 3 chords, they can play a bunch of songs and feel like heroes. Well, the funny thing is the song Waka Waka that was written for the Olympics, there is a G chord in it, but it's C, G, A minor, F, or F, A minor. I think it's A minor, A minor, F. And every kid knows that song. They can sing the chorus. And so we practiced it, and they performed it. At the end of the day, the group performed it, and then we did it again, and the whole gym sang the chorus. We just sang through the chorus 3 times with the last group playing the ukuleles to accompany. And it was jaw-dropping to hear the rafters ringing with this song, with all these kids singing Waka Waka, And so, just a little aside, it's a new favorite song. And they knew that they strummed the C chord, waited, and then did the A minor and then the F, and then strummed the C chord and waited, and and they had no problems with it. Anyway, the topic of this video today is some technology that I've learned to help, that helps me. First of all, Ukulelians she has on her website, or on her YouTube channel rather, many drill patterns for C, A minor, F, C, F, G7, C, A minor, F, G7. You know, there's some drill patterns there. The thing that I love about those is, first of all, the students don't think about the fact that they're drilling the chords. They think about the fact that they're really playing and they feel the beat, and she's got a bass line and drums accompanying, and it's really fun for the kids. The second thing I like about those is that they learn they can't hesitate to change the chord. They have to be looking ahead and be ready for that chord, so when the time comes to change, they're there. So that is the beauty of play-alongs of any type, because the students understand that the music goes on whether they're playing the music or not. So now, some things that have found to help me. If I found a song that I wanted the students to play along with, just the recording, just using a Bluetooth speaker, if I Google YouTube to MP3, there are a number of websites that will change a YouTube video to an MP3. Once you have it as an MP3, you can download it to your computer. And then if you go to a website called Transposer, Transposr, so Transposer without the E. Transposer can change the key of the piece of music, up a semitone or down a semitone, 2 or 3 or 4. Be careful if you go too far. Bruno Mars sounds a little funny if you go too high or too low, So that's what some of the people who have created play-alongs, that's what they've used in order to get it in the right key. That's a playable group of chords for your students to play. But Transposer is really helpful, and it's free. But keep in mind to not go more than 3 or 4 semitones, because otherwise then it's going to sound, the voices are going to sound odd. In that vein, years ago, I found a former student of mine recommended the app Transcribe, Transcribe, and I'll stick a screenshot in here. So the screenshot of Transcribe, the Transcribe app, you have to have the song that you want to play, you have to have it loaded on your phone. And then you can look in the library, you can load it into the app. On that app, you can change the key. And I use this for Humble and Kind, because the play-along version of Humble and Kind on YouTube is a little odd. So I don't like to use it. And besides which, Humble and Kind is compound time, like it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4. So each beat has 3 parts. And that feeling, that strumming pattern, some students can pick it up without thinking. Sometimes it can be a complicating factor. So be careful of when you use that song. But Humble and Kind is a great song, but Tim McGraw does it in the key of B. And moving it up a semitone into the key of C makes it a wonderful play along. So I have it on my phone. I open it in Transcribe. I open Transcribe and call up that song. I can shift it up a semitone. And now we're playing in the key of C. And when I play it through the speaker, the students can play along with it, and they really like that song. And again, it's one of those situations where finding a song that works for their playing ability and has age-appropriate or school-appropriate content for them to play. So Transcribe it can change the speed, and you can change the speed of the song. You can change the key of the song, change the transpose the song, but it doesn't change the sound to the same degree. But again, I've only ever used it for 1 or 2 semitones, so I don't know what would happen if you went farther afield than that. So just something to think about. And so I'm at the point now where I could come up with some more, I could start getting a little more particular about what songs I use and breaking down a lesson, for example. But I want to know what you want to know. So if there's anything that you have questions about, I've posted it already on my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, when I had the workshops for the students, one classroom teacher, a couple of classroom teachers actually said, you know what? This is something I can do. I can do this. And I said, here's my card. Email me. And I sent her the play along chart. I sent her all kinds of information. And I said, I will come to your school if you want me to help you tune the ukuleles, if you want me to be there when you do the first couple of classes so that I can be another person in the room just to help get the kids on track, keep the kids on track, and let you do the teaching. Whatever will be helpful for you, you let me know. I'll be glad to do whatever I could to support you in your courageous new endeavor. So this is it's pretty exciting. I love it when I turn the kids on, but it's even better when I turn the teachers on, because that means that students down the road are going to be affected by this. So it's always a fun thing. And again, my mission is to try and improve the quality of music education for kids in as many places as possible. So hopefully this was helpful. As I said, I will post the picture of Transcribe, but there are free websites available that will help you too. So good luck and keep me posted.